Hi everyone, hope you're well. It's Tuesday the 11th of June 2013. I always get slightly thrown at the beginning of these videos because I just press a button and it's instant. So I might see if I can add like a 3-second countdown or whatever. Because I mean I could just edit it, but the whole point of this is that I don't edit these at all. So what have I been up to today? First off, I got up really late because I was up really late last night watching more E3 things. So the first one was Ubisoft, just after I recorded yesterday's vlog, and there's a couple of really cool games. There's one game called The Crew, which looks really fun. It's essentially a racing game, but it's like got a big open world. You can make a team with your friends called, a crew, but you can customize your cars and stuff. It just looks really fun. And there's another game called The Division, which is like a third-person action game where you're running around a kind of futuristic America where it's all gone to chaos because loads of people died from a virus and it's all chaotic and stuff. But it's kind of, the interesting bit is that it's like an RPG loot system with like different skills and different stats on your guns and stuff. So they both look really fun. And then Sony's press conference, we knew it would be interesting to see how it measured up to the Xbox because so many people are unhappy with the Xbox, and Sony just really absolutely blew it out the water. I don't even have words. It was just crazy. It was just really interesting. Like, they obviously just took every single thing that people dislike about the Xbox and have just done the opposite, or just not done it. I mean, there's just loads of crazy energy, and because they were like that we're not going to have any DRM or all this stuff that Xbox is doing, and which is actually, when you think about it, it's actually just common sense and it's just standard for every games console already out there. Not having something isn't really a feature, but it's really significant because Xbox is doing these things. And all Sony have to do is just go, we're not doing that, and everybody loves them. But more importantly, they have some really cool games, most of which will probably come out on all systems, but the hardware is apparently better in the PS4, and on top of everything, it's also cheaper. So I just don't see how Xbox is going to survive. I was discussing this with a couple of friends, like, why on earth would anyone buy an Xbox? And the only reasons I can think of are like people who are huge Xbox fans. I don't know if you get to keep your like gamer score or whatever it's called, but some people might be clinging on to that. Apparently maybe Halo is Xbox only, is it? So maybe if you're like really hardcore Halo fans or something, and then all the Kinect stuff, which arguably isn't as good on the other things because it's not full body. Anyone interested in that is going to get an Xbox, but generally, if I did buy either, I think I'd be buying a PS4, and I think I might. We'll see. So anyway, that's all of that business. My monitor is frozen, but hopefully you should still be recording. So I woke up really late today because I was up late watching that, and I watched the Nintendo press conference today when I woke up, and that was usual Nintendo fare. Like, there's some not really anything spectacular or anything, but just kind of the thing you expect. There's a new Mario Kart where you can drive up walls and upside down and stuff because of anti-gravity in certain levels, which seems fun. And what else? Oh yeah, Mega Man is in Smash Brothers, which is a really big deal. So yeah. So for the rest of the day, I played a little bit of Scrolls. I played a match against my buddy Stylosa from Unit Lost, who you should go and check out their channel. They're cool. Because he's a new player, and so I was playing him and gave him a bit of a whipping, but I mean that's to be expected because he you know, they've just started, so they've got less cards and everything. So just kind of showing him some of the ridiculous cards in my deck, like God Hand and stuff. And also gave me a few more thoughts about things that I should cover in a kind of Scrolls tip video for like new players, like stuff you should know that isn't instantly apparent when you're playing, but is good advice that I've picked up through, like, you know, reading articles and stuff and listening to other people and talking to other people who are much better at the game than I am. So what else? Yeah, and then I was doing some research. I did a bit of work on my dice game. Did a bit of work on the icons, and I should probably go back and do a bit more work on that. But the main icon that's important for the game, that might also be the icon for the whole game, like the logo, is finished in a way. It's like I've done the first draft of it. I've got like an acceptable version of it, but I might clean it up a bit more. So that's good. And then I was also looking at researching getting transparent plastic cards printed on, because there is one card game called Gloom which has these transparent cards. I don't actually own it, so I can't show you, but they have these transparent cards so that you can stack them on top of each other. So there's like a picture of a character on a card, and that's played, and then you can like put kind of modifiers on top, and the modifiers have like text and like bonuses that will then be displayed next to the character's picture, because they're stacking the cards on top and they're see-through, and kind of being able to stack them like that. One of the ideas for a card game I have an idea of how it could be really cool if certain cards had see-through panels, which you could then have cards that they're combined with underneath. So it's a consideration. So I was kind of looking at that, and it seems like a possibility, though I'm not really looking too seriously at it just yet until I've got my dice game done. But I think it's I mean, it's not super cheap, but it's as doable as my dice game is. And maybe if I make a bit of money from my dice game, I might be able to self-fund it, or if I want to make it quickly, or if my dice game doesn't get funded, if people don't want it, or if not enough people want it, then I could try funding this card game idea instead through Kickstarter. So I think that's everything today. So there hasn't been as many hours because I got up very late. I need to have a little bit of a think about my like role-playing-ish Minecraft possibly series for YouTube, and because I think I should get into that, and partly because that's about like warring families and stuff. And one thing that's really exciting from the Sony conference as well is Final Fantasy Versus 13, which looks really cool, has been renamed as Final Fantasy 15, which makes a lot of sense, because I didn't even realise myself until recently, until my friend Tom from blah 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 gaming told me that it's kind of like it's the same gods and stuff as 13, but none of the characters, and not even the world, is apparently the same. It's like a completely different world and story and everything, so it is essentially a different Final Fantasy game. So it makes a lot of sense to call it Final Fantasy 15. It makes it very clear to everyone that it's a completely unrelated game to 13, which is very important because 13 didn't do very well, but the actual gameplay and everything is completely different as well. It was like kind of the whole idea of it was that it was everything about it is different to 13. So I'm okay with it being called 15. That looks really cool, and the main thing is just happy that it is definitely still being made, because they went really quiet about it for a long time. They had the main reason I'm excited about it, apart from I'm a Final Fantasy fan. I'm not a complete fanboy. I haven't even played 13. but I do generally like a lot of Final Fantasy games, and 13 Versus looks really cool for me because of like the setting is kind of like this modern but Final Fantasy setting, and the character design looks really cool, and it's like they've all got suits and stuff, but it's all slightly fantastical because they've also got swords and things. It just looks really cool, and I'm a bit like, even if the gameplay sucks, I still want to play that game just to see the game, just to see all the, you know, cinematics and the characters and the settings and everything. So, my voice feels a bit funny. I think maybe I'm just recording a bit late and I'm a bit tired. But anyway, I hope you're well. I'm going to have to lean in to stop the recording as always, and I will see you later.